Implicit differentiation. So when to use it? The obvious answer is whenever your professor asks. The other answer would be when you can't or it's hard to solve for y. How do you use it? Well, I have a tip that I give to people having trouble understanding implicit differentiation, and that is replace the letter y with the letter f. And at first, you might not think that it makes a big difference, but the reason why I ask people to do this is because if they see y as a function instead of as just a variable like x, then they are able to just see the problem in a simpler way. And you'll see in a moment what I mean by that. The second step would be to take the derivative as you normally would, then solve for f prime. Once you have solved for f prime, replace f prime with dy dx or with y prime, and lastly replace f with y. So let's go ahead and do an example. So here we have x squared plus y squared equal to 1, and let's say that you want to use implicit differentiation. So the first thing you want to do is replace y with f, then take the derivative as you normally would. So the derivative of x squared is 2x. Now here what we have is is a function to a power. So we have to use a chain rule here since we have a function inside and a function outside. So that would be the derivative of the inside the derivative of the outside times the derivative of the inside. And on the other side, the derivative of 1 is equal to 0. So now we need to solve for f prime because ultimately that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the derivative. And the last step is, like I said, to do the replacement. So this would be your final answer. Let's go ahead and do a second example. So the first thing you do is replace y with f. Take the derivative. So the derivative of sine of a function is cosine of the function times the derivative of the function, and the derivative of x is 1. So on the left hand side we use the chain rule. So now solve for f prime. And do the replacement. Now, if you are new to implicit differentiation, you might be wondering why I ask people to replace y with f, and the reason for that is because from my experience of tutoring people, whenever they are doing implicit differentiation and they see and they're about to, let's say, take the derivative of y, they think that this is equal to 1. So in other words, they don't think of y as a function, whereas if they see y as an actual function, the way it should be treated in implicit differentiation, then they can say, oh, the derivative of a function is, just f prime. So a common case where I see many errors is whenever they have to do implicit differentiation on y squared. So let's see how people might think when they see this in implicit differentiation. So they just think right away, well, that's 2y. So they're not thinking of y as a function, like I said again. And now replace it with f, and then you might be able to see that you actually have the derivative of a function to a power, which would be the derivative of the outside times the derivative of the inside. So if you can see that y is a function whenever you're doing implicit differentiation, you don't have to do the replacement. But if you can't, then try the tip I gave you, and hopefully that will help you pass your class. Thank you for watching.